Good morning as we begin some more excellent hockey coming your way here for Hockey TV. Northeast taking on Arizona 18U. Arizona in those dark uniforms and the yellow trim. Great to have you with us as day 2 of this NAPHL showcase is underway. Sent deep, we'll get you caught up on all the goalies who are between the pipes as that gets started. Next whistle here, Riggs wheels and deals it in. Now set, race to the puck ensues here. A chance for Arizona. Poke checked away and a nice dive. That was good clutch component there. Sandomon there. Lane for the Bobcats. Up to Stefan and now across the blue line. Guided off and away. Through the neutral zone, will reset, will Arizona. In front there, scoring opportunity but diffused. Goalie able to jump out and redirect that puck. Hopping back here for that Bobcats 22 Coleman on defense. Northeast Generals trying to get some activity moving here. Sent back in and they'll move it up in the near boards here. Waleski there for the Generals was waiting. Now they'll take it in deep, deflects in front of the net and carrying out Coleman once again. Headman up to center ice and now crossing into the blue line, circling back, a check delivered. Loose change, poke check back. Once again to the Generals, we're going to wave off the ice as we are just underway here in this first period. No score. Bobcats and the Generals and coming out now to play that puck and work it behind the net is Finn Jock. Far point delivering this. It deflects, goes to the top of the circle. And carried and circling right back in again. Moving to the side here, and both teams still kind of feeling each other out. Bobcats has it lifted there. 2-on-1 emerges here. A quick wrister off the shoulder. It was off the shoulder of Biswanger. Aiden Biswanger, who is the goalie for the Bobcats. Went over the top after the shoulder. Contact there. Trying to move in. The Generals and Cameron Young there moved away from that puck. Race to the corner. Hollingsworth tries to get there. Now gets behind. They're on the center in front to the teammate Young, but that's disrupted and moved beyond the blue line by the Bobcats. Generals move in again. Drop it. No one home at the near point. It comes out to Riggs. He sends it cross ice. That's now sent to the corner. Off the board. Working it up and now circling back in half wall. Digging at it. Dropped up here and wave off the ice again there. Defensively, the Generals Try to get back there and seal off any activity for the Bobcats. Through the neutral zone, again, both teams back and forth exchanging the puck in possession. 12.5 to go in this first period. Generals in the white, moving left to right. Holding the zone, trying to send it deep by the Bobcats, but it's controlled now in the corner, and on the near side board, it's carried out. Giuliani gets there also with a burst of speed, half wall there, sends it back behind the net. Good stick work to elude some poke checks there. Bobcats trying to go coast to coast, and then as he moves just beyond the blue line, it's moved off of his stick, and Giuliani again will bring it in and try to hold the zone, and a breakout opportunity hit, unfortunately, the back skates. Offside is the call. Breaking in was Lane that time, and it hit his stick, or hit his skates, as he is already in the zone. Generals come into the mark of 2 and 3. Bobcats 2, 3 and 1. Generals drop it behind. Now try to find a centering location. A one-timer getting down to that one knee. Missed and fanning on that attempt, the Generals. Stretch pass off the board, but it connects with Coleman instead for the Bobcats. Beyond the blue here, and Lee there lunged, put it on the stick there for the Generals. They'll try to put some pressure in deep as Lenning takes it in there. That was rather Gelbert. Circling up just beyond the blue line, carrying out. Now deep. This goes on goal, almost through, and the goal, they did get a goal. But deflected back behind. I think the Bobcat goalie thought he had it, as did I. Then I thought it deflected deep, but in the right spot, the right time, rifles it back of the net. And the Generals will take the early lead. Goals tallied by Waleski, Brendan Waleski. To be Waleski's third goal out of Rochester, Minnesota. 5'11", 170. Tallies that first goal. We'll check the assist here in just a moment. Generals drop pass, turn, fire. No one was there momentarily. Had trouble settling the puck. Finally, they send a backhand on goal, and they'll hold the puck and freeze it there. Biswanger starting to get more and more activity. That one, he tried to get his glove down as it was moving across instead of setting it down and allowing it to kind of slide into that glove. Lifting it now just beyond the blue line. Bobcats slam it around, ringing along the boards to the near corner. They'll try to reciprocate the goal. McRuder sends it deep. And back to move it up. The defense of the Bobcats between the skates. The forward there unable to find it. Generals did. Had it momentarily in. Now it's kind of a line drive / saucer pass up ahead. Trying to hit Matthew Duffy. And unable to sustain some pressure there. Generals are forced back in their own end to kind of refuel as they try to bring it up on another path. 9 and change remaining in this opening period. It's a 1-0 lead for the Generals. They just struck minutes ago. Cross ice there, poked away. Now skating in. Weston poke check back again. Two-on-one, working back the Generals, and that's diffused by a nice save by Basswinger. Back the other way, trying to get at it as Coate. Billingsworth now races in. Or Chadwick, rather, heads to the bench. Unable to hold the zone. He was shadowed there by a Bobcat player. And the Generals now carry it in. Cross ice. Just as he was ready to pull the trigger on a shot, lifted his head, hence lifted that stick as well. Giuliani had it momentarily. Back to Giuliani again, and he'll chip it down to that far corner. From behind the net, trying to find a teammate out in front. He'll shift it from one corner into the corner to the other. In front, deflected, and from just inside the blue line, a wrister that is deflected by Lane for the Bobcats and out of play. Faceoff will come in the Bobcat end. Well, they're going to take it outside the blue line. All right. 7 minutes, 18 seconds to go. First period for the Generals. Brendan Waleski picks up his third goal. Ryan Sachs gets the assist. Finn Jacques in goal for the Generals. Penalty being whisked. It was a clean sheet of ice, or clean sheet up until now, but power play opportunity will be going to the Generals. Aiden Biswanger in net for this Bobcat team. Comes in with a record of 1-1-0 and a shootout loss. He has goals against of 2.62 and a save percentage of just over 900. See what the Generals can do here with a man advantage. Waleski starts it back out again. From blue line to blue line, whistled for the offside will be the Generals. Waleski sets up, half wall now. To the near point to Cox, back to Waleski. Still with it as it gears down to the corner. And trying to control that puck, a big blast there. Trying to jam that thing between the pipes and the pad, and the save is made. A minute left on this power play for the Generals. A chance for them to extend their 1-0 lead. Circling back, held at that far point, hops the stick of the General player, and Cox comes back, gets the pass from his goalie, and Waleski sends a backhand cross ice. They'll try to make some quick specialty unit changes here on the power play unit. 30 seconds left on the man advantage. Whistle along the boards. Out. Weston not able to hold the zone. 20 seconds now left on the power play opportunity. Cycling at the center ice. Hollingsworth now will carry in. Looks to move by the defender. Poke check nicely. Sent Lake to the ice with 8 seconds remaining. That should just about kill the penalty for the Bobcats. Approaching 5 minutes to go in this opening period. 1-0 lead for the Generals. Back at full strength. A wrister hits traffic. Broken stick goes awry. Trying to race to the bench to get a new stick. Now he'll just go to the bench and they'll send on a fresh player. Well, the Bobcats. Goes to the corner. Now moves out. Collision near the blue line and congestion now. And the Bobcats backhanded out. 2-on-1 opportunity now. And Weston got back to kind of diffuse that, but the offside whistle will certainly diffuse it. Face-off will come just outside the Generals' blue line. Finn Jacques, the goalie for the Northeast Generals. He's out of Lakeville, Minnesota. No stats just yet. No goals. No wins, no losses. Not sure why the delay, as the coach appears he has some questions. Head coach is Eric Progan for the Generals and Brent Goff, the head coach, along with Rob Kearns for the Bobcats. Trying to push in. Here's an opportunity. A wrister off the stick. Making that stick save. I'm not sure if it got it up above near the butt end. Well, the Bobcats goalie made that save, but the Generals still control. They try to tuck that in. Stick side, and the rebound caroms all the way back in front of Jacques. Breakout. Goes to the blue line. Bobcats reject it and get it right back on the stick of the Generals for it. They will make some changes on the fly as well. Trying to reverse ice. Loses control of the puck, and chance here. Gruner sends it deep, gets across the red line and heads to the bench. Pass just a little too long. The Bobcats able to pinch in the blue line and hold the zone. Contreras waiting at the near point here. He's not going to get it. In fact, possession goes to the Generals and they'll skate it out. That's Riggs. Riggs will dump it in. They'll give chase. We are now under 3 minutes to go in this opening period. There remains a 1-0 lead for the Generals on the goal by Walewski. To the corner, they'll bring that along. Side the blue line. Wrister here. Bobcats not been able to really get any sustained pressure or even possession of that puck as Duffy dumps it in on goal. Generals have been able to get some pressure on and hold that, again, possession of the puck. A couple of rushes up ice. Both teams exchange the puck through the neutral zone. Now Weston carries in. He whistles a wrister. A rebound trying to capitalize on that far wing in the back door. And that's directed back out to center ice. And Weston picks it up again. Skates in for the Generals. Drop pass there. Moves beyond the blue line. They'll reset. Coat. Some battle down below with Giuliani. Carrying this one in, a Whistler wrister over the top of the net. Cross ice, far point now trying to settle the puck. The far side sends it back to the near point, moving in. Shot from the top of the face-off circle, hits traffic, does not reach Jock. Cross ice inside the blue line. He'll whistle one. Save there is made. Kicked out a good-sized rebound, but no one there to cash in the loose change. Giuliani kicks that down, and we'll get a whistle. Knocking on a minute remaining here in this opening period, a 1-0 lead. Brandon Waleski, his third goal. His first this morning has given the Generals the 1-0 lead. Carry in, now to the corner. Trying to batten down the hatch, but it's the Generals who will carry it out. Some stick work there. The puck deflects behind the net. With 40 seconds to go in this first period. Then the breakout deflects. Getting there first will be the Generals. Lofted along the near board here and set it in on the doorstep. Poking, and Finn had a chance there to try to think about pouncing on it, but he sticks it and keeps it loose. Jan Canuas, the near point, whistles it back to the corner. And now back up ice. A couple of seconds left before the buzzer, and we have that first period in the books. It's a 1-0 lead for the Generals over the Arizona Bobcats. 18U play, second period coming your way in just a moment. back at it here as the Bobcats will be moving left to right. Moving it up through a shot here. Bobcats now getting a little bit more pressure. Goalie heading to the bench for the extra attacker as a penalty about to be whistled on the Generals. This shot makes its way through a lot of traffic. Jacques there for the save. This one goes back to the ice. Bobcats get their first run on a power play opportunity here this morning, all the way from Blaine, Minnesota, here the NAPHL 2022 Showcase October version. Down low, now to the corner. Set up and now to the half. The red line here, circling back with about $1.05 remaining here on the power play. Bobcats trying to get something going, trying to knot this up. Got one apiece. So far the goal by Waleski has stood the test of time here, at least through the first period. Chadwick now gathers the puck and heads north-south. Disrupted there by the Generals. Giuliani trying to pester and take some more time off this penalty. Now moving in all the way, moves in deep and then poke checked in and loses an edge. Does the Bobcat forward with 20 seconds to go on this power play. Arizona on the move there, hops the stick, but gets it right back. Failed. Top of the circle, nope, circling back now underneath. Big blast. Kicked away, back at full strength now are the Generals. Successful penalty kill for the Northeast Generals, and they continue their move. Congestion up top, Bobcats getting some extended time in the Generals' end of the ice, and we get the whistle. We'll have to reset the net. Midway mark here of this game, we will resurface. It's just one intermission, one recut on that ice. They're in the showcase format. Faceoff comes to the left of the Bobcat goal. Another whistle here for an ice. Took about 7 seconds off that clock. Yesterday, and for these two teams, the Bobcats lost to the Black Knights by a score of 3-2. Northeast Generals took a loss 6-1 to the Lincoln Stars. And the Bobcats had a second game in which They took a 4-1 loss to the New Jersey Junior Titans. So this is just the second game now for Generals here, and we will get this face-off. 5 minutes before we go to intermission. And again, that intermission represents the midway mark of this game. Pass ahead. Here's the chance. Bobcats moving in. Shot, go. Buried at top of the shelf. Put it with a peanut butter. I didn't know if he was going to be able to catch up with that puck. It bounced off his stick. Finally gathering it. Split the defense. And the Bobcats have tied this up with 4:52 remaining in this first half. Duffy, I believe, is the one who's going to get credit for that goal. I'm going to see who got the assist as well. The Generals will try to work it out of their own end of the ice here. Duffy there, drops it in. Cox waiting at center ice to jump and get a chance here, but the General defenseman will hold on to it and bring it all the way down deep behind the goal. Trying to set up and hold possession. Cox holds the zone here at the near point. This shot almost goes 5-hole. But he's able to corral that puck and get it under control. It was Biswanger. Three and a half. We approach intermission. And this thing is locked up at 1-1. Disrupting an entry pass back in there were the Generals. And this one's lifted into the netting for the faceoff. Reset this and drop the puck one more time. Bobcats working up. Coleman. Pass bounces off the stick, and now the Generals skating in. Cutting in front, set up a shot, got in a little too tight and could really get a quick little wrister off. And some extracurricular activity after that whistle. Back in, putting some more pressure here, and 2 and change as that remains. Face off just to the right. Finn Jacques out of Lakeville. Controlled. Taken to the corner now by the Generals, and the Generals going to try to recapture that lead perhaps before the end, before we head the intermission. Couple of penalties there again. We're going on coincidental minors. Under 2 to play. This rings along the board, forcing the Generals to retrieve the puck. Cox puts a check over there on the Bobcat player. Now lofted through the neutral zone onto the stick of the Bobcats. They put it just beyond the blue line, turning, firing, and sending the backhand in deep. Perillo. A backhand, unable to get that to the net. Picked up and now moved in again by Perillo. He'll send it deep for the Generals. They'll try to knock it free. We're under a minute to go before we head to the intermission. Deflected, kicked out, now back behind again. Hoffman holds the zone for the Generals and tries to send it deep. It goes about half wall as it's dug out now. Makes its way back near the point. Hoffman unable to hold the zone. Good effort though, and back are the Generals to retrieve the puck. Lane gloves it, sets it, unable to pull the trigger on a shot or do anything else with it. It's moved off of his stick. And back now will come the General. Weston tries to carry it in, rolls off of his stick, and with 7 seconds left here in this intermission, before the intermission, we'll have the first half of this game in the books, knotted at 1 apiece. Second half of this game coming your way after we resurface. Generals and the Arizona Bobcats knotted up in 18U play at 1 apiece. Set here as audio finally right knob here ready, and Bobcats are able to send it through neutral ice, forcing getting these Generals. And the power play opportunity with about 20 seconds remaining for the Northeast Generals. One-timer did not make it to the net. It made it to the defenseman, who sends it down the length of the ice one more time. Chance for one more quick rush going north-south. Drop pass over the top, and now back at full strength are the Bobcats, as they did get that one look just as the power play had concluded. Into the corner, digging it out. Bobcats try to pitchfork it beyond the blue line, but knocked back down, and so is the Bobcat player by the Generals. No icing here. They're going to keep this thing going. Cross ice. Helter now tries to move it down low. Trying to do a wraparound. Oh, if you put a stick on it, the thing was wide open to the Barry back of the net. Nice setup there by the General forward. Just unable to get that exclamation point. This pass misses, and we'll get the ice for 33 seconds. Face off to the right of the Generals' goal after this icing whistle. A chance now. Some numbers coming the way here for the Generals. They try to dipsy-do around and get around the defense. They get around the defense. The puck does not. And now the Bobcats will try to answer. Big time check there applied by the Generals on the Bobcat player. And 4 seconds left, and we are at the end of 2 complete periods. Third period. Tied 1-1 coming your way. Just a moment. Here we go, third period. It's aces on the scoreboard, 1-1. A look here. Just outside the blue line. Bobcats again, as they were in the first, moving right to left. This 18U play, the Generals disrupted at the blue line, but they pick up the loose puck. Carry it in, unable to pull the trigger on a shot. And there goes, stick goes flying, and back up. Cox has it, moved off his stick. Headmanning it in. Chance back down below, and now trying to wedge it through from a strangest of angles, but been done before. Hoffman sends it back, allows the Generals to refuel. Duffy, who has the lone goal for Arizona, sends it in deep and follows it. The ice here will bring it all the way back into the Bobcat territory. Bobcats, couple of passes ahead, and we're no ice there. They'll keep playing. Keeping it, working it through. Gloves secured, save made with 15:15 to go in this third period. Wedged along, just inside the blue line in front of the Generals bench. Laying into a check there, the General player. Northeast moves it ahead to Waleski. Waleski has the lone goal for the Generals. His goal came at 7:31, assisted by Ryan Sachs. Now circling up top to the corner, moved off the puck there. Sent back in by Greenwood, bringing it along. Circling and down to the ice, just lifted through the neutral zone and beyond goal. Playing that, a long stretch pass ahead, but to Waleski. Waleski unable to sustain it. He's heading to the bench for the change. Meanwhile, he's got a stay in pot coming over to cover. Chadwick waiting here at the near blue line, has it now, sends it cross ice. In front, deflection, could wrister, and flash into leather, hashtag FTL, a beautiful glove save. One made by Finn Jacques. Arizona goal, by the way, was scored 4:08 of that second period by Matthew Duffy, his first assisted by Marcelo Lane. Generals carry it in, gain the blue line, and into the corner there. Couple of exchanges, trying to find some spacing here. The one-timer attempt there. Now Generals starting to create a little buzz. Bobcats get possession, trying to hit a player sitting on the blue line. Number 91 waiting for the pass. Generals get it and rifle it right back in. Holding the zone at the far point for a little while longer, but now the Generals on the back end. And the Bobcats circle in their end and try to come up the near board. Chadwick, full head of steam, gets around, now making a move. Trying to look for a wraparound, that's sealed off. Pass to the near point, just beyond the reach of Lee there. And the Generals continue to try to get something going. This one's lofted into that corner. Lofted before he crossed center ice, so we'll get the ice. Northeast. Sends it to the corner. Hoffman has Coat in front of him, and Coat will carry out for Arizona. Collision there. They go to the net, and will reset the goal. With exactly 12 minutes remaining in this third. Keeping in, Brister deflects, flutters to the quarter. Circling back, nice navigation there ahead. Here's a chance, 2-on-1 numbers. And the goal! It's all started out of the Bobcats end of the ice. Is some nice stick work and being able to elude their check coming out of their own end, and they lifted ahead. Tape to tape pass, and 97, I believe, is who's going to get credit for that goal. It would be Cameron Coat. So the Bobcats claim their first lead of this matchup. For Coat, his third goal out of Chandler, Arizona. He's trying to get the number out of who dished out and put the nice dime on the stick that time of Coat. Pressure now in, and that is, it was Alec Field who actually picked that assist. He had to do some work and avoid some poke checks and also a check himself in his own end as he navigated by him. So moving in now, here's a quick chance to try to reciprocate for the Generals. Sent right back in again. 18 play here as the Bobcats pick up their first lead of the game. 6:28 of this third period. Coat from Field. And a 2-1 lead. Jalbert turns, fires, sends us in. Jumps that in front. A wrister here over the top with a little velo to it. Working it through, trying to center. By the time he did, it was just beyond and over the top of the puck. Bobcats picking up the pace just a bit, as were the Generals here. Shot on, secured, save made, 9:38. We're down to single digits remaining here in this third period. At 9:38, single digits in terms of minutes. Well, all up there, some activity after the whistle. Ice again. So a few whistles here in the last 10 seconds and we'll reset back into the Northeast General end of the ice. Another game tonight here for the Generals. That'll be at 8:30. Chipped ahead down the blue line. Drop the puck. Circling now the Bobcats. Hits a stick on the ice and comes back in favor on the Bobcat stick. Sandmoen sends a wrister from the near point. It's behind the glass of the goal. 2-1 lead for the Bobcats, taken with about the 6-minute mark into this third period. Over skating there and then bringing it in offside were the Generals. Draw controlled by Northeast. Riggs cross ice, now working it in. Here's a wrister, hits traffic. Bobcats have to go off their stick. Almost a carom that could have set up an odd man rush for the Bobcats, but back the Generals at the far point. Now at half wall. Back again. Riggs will send a wrister on net and into the net. Off the deflection. About 8 minutes left in this third period. In the corner, sending it back around and to the corner of the Bobcats. Try to get a clean breakout. They cannot. Pinching in. Nice job to hold the zone. Now it's chipped out back on the stick of Riggs. He circles at center ice and carries in, and now they miss. We'll get an ice. No, they wave off. They wave off the ice. Generals. Chance here, Waleski. Carries in, sets up camp about half wall, and then drops it down to the corner. Bobcats across the line and drops it to the near point. Hard check. You could tell he was kind of looking to drop it back to this near point the whole time, so he had his vision kind of focusing that way and his head turned that way as well when he was sandwiched on that check. That was 87. To the corner now again, and looking for that spacing. It finds its way to the corner off the glass. Hoffman waiting. In case he gets that puck, he does now at the near point, sends it across to the far point. Here's a wrister. Directed back behind, and a move there as the Generals unable to hold that beat, coming off the bench, just missing the puck. That opportunity. Chance to see Magruder coming off the ice and moving it back. Hollingsworth. Poke check flying in a fury there. It's drifted back just beyond center ice to Young. Young, a really quick pass. I thought he might skate in himself, but now goes, sends it across to the corner. Generals trying to find the right cutter. Good situation back. I believe that's Hollingsworth in that corner. Pop it ahead, 2-on-1. Numbers once again for the Bobcats. Skating in here, Duffy, he dangles. Nice toe drag, but then a nice poke check off the stick of Duffy, and back will come the Generals. That could have been a dagger goal if the Bobcats were able to cash in there. Trying to carry out, stood up, disrupted at the blue line. Generals try to poke it ahead off the board. Deep to the corner to Lane. Lane now will drop it. Shot here, easily handled there by Jacques. Bobcats trying to sustain more pressure here. They'll send it to the corner. Cutting in. And the near point here was 16 for the Bobcats. And now it's picked up and whistled for the offside. Or the Generals with 4:04 to go in this third period. Generals had a 1-0 lead with a goal in that first period by Waleski. The Bobcats countered early in the second period. And then the Bobcats have taken the lead at about the 6-minute mark here in this third period. Set in, no ice. It was touched up there just beyond red line by Waleski. The Bobcats now will come out. They try to put it on the stick forward there, but now they'll carry it in. Moving in. Had a 3-on-2 momentarily, but that was diffused by some nice defense by the Generals. A wrister this time and a stick down defensively for the Bobcats, and that lifts the puck into the netting with 3:31 to go. Face off just to the right of the Bobcat goalie. All kinds of delayed offside happening there as they brought it in with them, and one player about 5 yards across the blue line, and it's just a matter of the contact there before the whistle. Keep an eye on the goal here for New Jersey. If the Generals cannot close this 1-goal gap and tie it up. Each team, each coach a little different about when they like to try to pull that goalie with a deficit. Giuliani sent it in and twirled that. Magruder's out in front. If they can get him the puck, tries to find that is Wyatt Magruder. Now heads to the corner to try to find the lane. Magruder again leans into the defenseman. Here's a shot, hits defense there. Wow. The whistle blew. I don't know if it's to set that net. And I missed that play. And the whistle, perhaps an equipment situation there. So, good chance there for the Northeast. Generals as they're getting ready to turn and fire. Took the initial shot, but then I think it was the equipment issue. They'll drop the puck just to the right of the Arizona cage. Puck rolls away from the cage and it's lifted here just beyond the blue line and put it on the stick of the Generals. Ouch. An icing call just as you start to look at opportunities to pull that goalie for the extra attacker. They're going to get whistled for the ice and bring the face-off down to the Generals' end of the ice in the white. The Northeast Generals and, of course, the Bobcats in the blue and the yellow trim. Bobcats a couple of games yesterday. New Jersey or Northeast will get their run at 2 games today, and the second one at 8:30. Chance to go in. Hollingsworth chases after it. We're south of 2 minutes to go in this third period. Down by a goal, the team in white. Northeast General. Bobcats are trying to send it cross ice, but lifted and picked up and taken away there. Now here's a chance, skating in to the far side, trying to hit a cutter there. Moving in and gobbling it up in the midsection, and a save made by the Bobcats goalie with 1:37 to go. Still between the pipes is Jacques. As Aiden Biswanger made that save. Good pressure, but put that one right into the midsection. Timeout is the call here with a $1:37 to go. This rink has become library quiet. Waiting for that timeout to end and bring him back on. I'm not sure if the officials are tracking the time. Finally the whistle. Face-off will be in the Bobcats end of the ice, just to the right of the goal, and a couple of whistles and not much activity from either team. The timeout will also give Finn Jacques a chance to just walk to the bench, step over, but he's on standby, I'm sure. As the face-off in the Bobcats end, ideal time to pull that goalie. Extra attacker is on. Cox has it, far point, sends it to half wall. Back to Cox. He and Riggs switch locations. Gelbert had it and got it back to Cox, trying to hit a cutter on the back door. Gelbert. Big blast here, and no one there to connect on that loose puck for New Jersey, at least to put a shot on. Not able to clear the zone. Oh, New Jersey Generals almost sent it out beyond the blue line on their own. Gelbert sends it crossed. Shot taken. Deflection near the dot. Regathering the puck now with 45 seconds left. A wrister here was off the board. Almost brings its way back out. Deflected. Inside the blue line. Cox now back with it again. 30 seconds. 1 goal deficit and a chance here trying to get that open net. Bobcats unable to get there. Circling back as Gelbert, and he'll whistle it in, but we're going to get an ice. He sent that in just before he crossed center ice, and with 23 seconds left, you're going to have to see the Generals reload the goal. Face off. To the left of the Generals' goal. Controlled, turn, fires, shot on goal. Now just 15 seconds remaining. Generals has quickly skated up ice. Finn trying to come out. He's finally out. Extra attacker on with 8 seconds left. Skating to the corner. Now just going to try to lift it and send it length to the ice, and they do, and that will do 2 seconds. Last second face-off. I'm sure it's going to be a shot they're going to direct right towards the goal. Drops here. Bobcats win the face-off, and they win 2-1 18U over Northeast General.